All right, joining me namhlanje is a king fethu in our entertainment industry, a man who literally broke reality fethu, from being a car guard on the streets of Itegu to writing songs for Drake like WTF. Please help me welcome Tresor. Tresor, how are you namhlanje, bud?
I'm good, my brother. I'm good. How are you doing?
We are good. We are great. Thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it.
No, thank you so much for having me, man. How's Durban doing?
Durban, Durban is literally I like to describe Durban as the city of the heavens. Angit phela isiZulu means also heaven in isiZulu. It's not only the language, it also means heaven. So it looks heavenly, to answer your question.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place, man. Love it.
Where are you at right now?
Right now, I'm in Joburg. I'm here for a bit. But, Durban is always, I actually need to visit sometime soon.
If you had to choose to live forever, Joburg, Durban?
Definitely Durban.
Come on!
For sure.
That's what's up.
The people, it's amazing. It's incredible.
Now, for shizzle, when you were living here, because I know that you lived here in Durban, which part of Durban did you live in?
I moved different places. When I arrived in Durban originally, I stayed in downtown, like Albert Street. And then eventually, when I started making a bit of money, I moved out of town, eventually moved to Westville, and I stayed in Westville for literally my whole time. I stayed there, just in different parts. Just stayed in Westville for like 6 years.
Oh, snap. Do you still have a house here in Durban?
Not anymore, but Durban is like my place, and I love it. But I think I'll spend a lot of time there pretty soon and probably get a new place anytime.
Definitely. I mean, you don't want to give us your address, right? Or you can. It's up to you. We're not gonna hound you for that.
Yeah, of course. But Durban is family, man. Like I have a lot of great, friends out there. My lady's from there, so I love it there. I really do.
Actually, I remember that the previous radio station I was working at, you were good friends with Giselle Human, with Where's My Meds, with a couple of people who were working there. I think you even shouted them out on your song "Never Let You Go." When you started blowing up. Do you remember those guys?
Yeah, of course. I remember. I know Giselle and them from early days in Westville. And it's, again, as I said, like I'm a proper Durban guy, bro. Like I understand Durban. I don't need a GPS in Durban.
That's what's up, man. So check it out. Tresor, you've had an incredibly tough journey, right? An incredible journey nonetheless. Obviously, you've shown us perseverance, true perseverance, when you left Congo at a young age, traveling down to South Africa. Because even when you arrived here in Durban, it didn't take off for you. You still had to hustle. You still had to grind. You had to find a way to keep your musical dream alive, and you did exactly that. So I'd just like to know, prior to Never Let You Go, and even after that, actually, how did you manage to keep so strong in your dark times, in times when you didn't feel like music was going to work for you? Because, I mean, a lot of people give up after one or two rejections, like, you know what, music isn't for me. But you truly persevered. So what was it about you that kept you strong?
I think more than anything, I chose music and made really peace with it when I was young. And I knew it's something I wanted to do for a living. So I took that risk knowing very well it could work out or not work out. But I made peace that that's what I wanted to do with my life. And I really took it seriously and I focused. And I did suffer a lot of setbacks throughout my career. And I think every time you're trying to unlock a new level as an artist or in any other area, even if you're a sportsman, you're a runner, you need a different level kind of focus, And I really took every single setback or every single challenge as an opportunity for me to get better, as an opportunity to unlock new levels. And man, although now that I look back, it was hard at that time, but now that I look back, I really appreciate every single part that I went through in my journey, man, because it has really become the most important element that really built my character as an artist and just as a young man navigating the world and really trying to change the narrative and shifting the culture in a different way like never seen before with African music.
For shizzle, you said that you made the decision at a young age. So when exactly did you make the decision to commit to music?
I think I possibly was around 18. And I did it like when I was still like in Congo, and I started doing small concerts. But already it gave me a different feeling, man. Also, I was doing small concerts when I was very young, you know, at my high school, and, you know, selling out to 200, you know, people pack, you know, and yeah, when I was very young, you know, so a lot of people in school, like, I'll use maybe some of my school fees to put a mini concert together, and there'll be just 150 to 200 people just pulling up at a hotel where we're hosting a small show. Some of my colleagues will invest in my show, some of my high school colleagues. You know, it was just like, I think from the time I was young, I got these times like where the gift already gave me so much peace in terms of like where I want to go and what I want to take. And I believe that has been really a fire start in everything that I'm doing today. But it's been a blessing, man. And it's a choice that I don't think I'll ever regret, you know, ever.
Man, I'm pretty sure your former high school colleagues are just so proud of you, man. Have you ever gotten in touch with them? You know, since you've grown up.
We do speak. You know, we do speak now and then, and everyone just, I think, because of where I come from, a lot of the things that I've done don't naturally happen, but they just like get so excited, man. They get so amazed at the journey, you know, which I get amazed at the journey myself. I know I'm in the midst of it. I'm like the subject of it, but I just look at the journey sometimes, and I get amazed, because, you know, when you're running, you kind of lose track of the kilometers or the meters you're running. So once they accumulate, you start looking at your time and be like, damn, you've done that. That's, you know, you just get to kind of understand the reality of the journey, and it's something that has been really beautiful, and I'm really grateful for.
Man, you see, this is what I mean when I said you broke reality, man. So look, your journey, your strength, right, has led you to your fourth album, which is titled Motion, which is out now. Please go out and get it, Ikaya. So what is the theme of this album? What are you looking to communicate with Motion?
I think, you know, thank you. Yeah, Motion is out there. It's a very exciting album, and I really enjoyed making it. I started making the album. You know, I was making Motion while I was making the collaboration album with my producer and Kabza, Rumble in the Jungle. And like with Motion, for me particularly as an artist, you know, it's a bridge. And also I felt like the world is calling, you know, like, which has been something that came to fruition, where the world is reaching out. And with Motion, I want to build that bridge where I'm like, okay, here's the sound that I've been experimenting with. Here's the music. This is me. Because I don't know how my music gonna sound going forward. I've freed myself from what people have known me for the past 5-6 years since I released my first album. And right now I'm getting into an experimentation phase. I'm getting into a phase where I get to really undo and relearn and rewire how I think music, you understand?
Yes.
And that's what Motion was about. Motion was literally me giving almost like the last piece to like everything that people have known me, and just like the bridge to my next step and everywhere I'm going.
So you said that you had to unlearn everything that you've learned leading up to this album. Was that a challenging transition, or was it something that was relatively easy because you knew you had to do it?
I think, you know, in my character, like, just as a human, I get bored very easily, you know. So I'm always looking, like, for people that know me, I have a very short attention span where I can't listen to a conversation for too long if it's not picking certain nerves in my head, you know.
Yes.
So, and that happened also with music. So, like, I'm in the process of unlearning a lot of things right now. Like, with Motion, I think that was like, it's almost the closing of a chapter, you know, all my projects from the first album to Motion, which is like my fourth solo project.
Yes.
It was me literally experimenting and dipping into different sounds from the continent in a manner that I believe really spoke to my true artistry and the artist that I am. Now, going forward after Motion, so for me, Motion is like, it's like the closer, it's like the chapter, the last chapter of like this incredible phases that I've managed to share with people.
Yes.
And post Motion, that's where I've been in a place where I'm just literally shedding a lot of skin and getting to understand, spending a lot of time alone, and just getting to this different place. You know what I mean?
Yes. I understand that also there's quite a few languages. As you said, you wanted to broaden your reach, with this album over here. How many languages exactly are in motion?
There's quite a lot, we have, of course, Zulu. I did a track with Mondi Tobo in Durban. There's Swahili, there's French, there's English, there's Lingala. There's about five languages.
So if I want to learn new languages, I just need to listen to Motion. Like, I'm going to be enjoying the vibes and I'm going to learn something.
It's a full-on Pan-African album, man. It's colorful. It's really exciting. Yeah, if you want to learn a few things, I think different languages, that's definitely for sure.
It's a full-on African album. I love that. So just moving on to one of the hit singles from the album, Lighthouse. Beautiful song. I've just been listening to the song. Clearly, it's a love song, but I'm not sure if you are singing to a lover who's going through a dark time, or is it a potential lover that you can see is haunted by past relationships and you're like, no, don't worry, I got you, I'll be your lighthouse. So which is it, or am I completely wrong?
With Lighthouse, really, it's almost at it's a beginning of a relationship, right? And you just literally putting a bit of reassurance because there's doubts from the other party, and you just really putting yourself and laying yourself there and just, reassuring that, look, I know you've possibly been hurt before, but I'll make sure we travel this journey together. And for me, I think it's not like me being the lighthouse, more the other person being the lighthouse. Just like putting them in because for me, a lighthouse is different meanings, So like a lighthouse, a lot of times it's a safety sign. It's you can see somebody and get to really heal through being with somebody, or get to really find your way by seeing somebody, So that's the concept of the whole song, and it's exciting.